as a new manager or as a manager in general, do you feel like you're failing? Do you think that there's something that you're doing and you don't know why? Kind of feels like you suck. And you're giving it everything you got. In this video, I'm going to tell you a few reasons why managers fail and what you can do to not. Welcome to the channel Leadership with Mike. On this channel, I help new managers become better leaders, and I do that with no nonsense sense, if that makes any sense. So you're a manager and you feel like you're barely keeping your head above water. I get it. Been there, done that. And you don't have to do it anymore. The first thing that kind of makes managers fail is that they don't work on relationships. They don't have a focus on building relationships. To me, it seems really silly. You're working with people. You are managing, you are leading people. The one thing you have to do with people is build relationships. Am I saying you have to be best friends with these people? No. Am I saying you have to like these people? No. I'm saying you have to work on building relationships. You have to work on building trust. You have to make sure that there's a level of respect. Whether you like these people or you don't, there's a job that has to be done. You need to respect that they're able to do it, assuming they are, but you have to respect that they are there to do a job. And you need them to do the job, and they need you to help. So there's a relationship that has to be built. There's a relationship that has to be built with customers, clients. There's a relationship that has to be built with stakeholders. You want to succeed, I promise you, you build these relationships. That will help you. When you're screwed, you can't get something done. If you built the right relationships, you can go to other people and easily get help. When I started managing at the airport, I knew that there was a group of people that when I got screwed, they would get up, they would run to the area and fix the problem because I had built the relationship that, yes, it's fun and games. Relax. If there's not work to be done in our environment, relax, rest. But when there is work to be done, I need now. I need you to fix that. I need you to help. And that was the understanding and the relationship that I had built, which worked wonders. You take that piece of advice, you could shut the rest of the video down. That's the big one, but don't, because there's more. Another reason that managers tend to fail is that they think of themselves. They're just worried about how they're looking in front of their boss, how they look in front of the stakeholders. They're not concerned with the staff. They're not concerned with their team. Goes back to relationships. If you're focused on yourself, numero uno, you like that? Number one, it's going to be an uphill battle for you because your team, they know who you're looking out for. They don't like it. It doesn't feel nice, and it doesn't make them want to contribute to just build your castle. You need to make sure that you are building everyone else up. Like I said, the relationship aspect, if you work on that, then people will see you're not focused on just yourself and your own success and your own rise in the company. The next issue that new managers have is they tend to not ask for feedback. This kind of seems silly to me because if I am doing something and I don't know if I'm doing it right, why would I not ask? If I feel like when I come into the room, people are getting annoyed, it could be my personality, but I should ask for feedback. You're going to succeed more when you learn more. The people that work with you, the people that are working above you, the people that are working around you, all have valuable feedback. And if you could just put your ego aside and openly, willingly accept constructive feedback. I'm not saying call somebody in the office and let them tell you that you're a piece of crap. That's not the idea of feedback. But if there's something that's specific that you can say, can you give me some feedback on this proposal? Can you give me some feedback on how we dealt with this and how I could help the team better? This is going to build the trust in your team. It's going to really solidify the relationships. We keep coming back to this, right? I'm glad you didn't turn the video off. But the relationship, when you have an honest and open relationship, you can ask for honest and open feedback, and your team will be comfortable enough to give it to you. From there, you get better, your team gets better, your boss sees it, they give you a better promotion. You see where this is going, right? Right to the top. The next thing that new managers kind of tying into, being number one and looking out for themselves, they don't go and seek mentors. You need to have somebody just to help you deal with this new way of working. You're responsible for projects. You're responsible for your team. If you have somebody that you can look up to, if you have somebody that can give you advice, if you have somebody that can guide you, the value there is insane. Now, here's the thing. I can't remember which book it was, but let's say you're at a company and you don't really look up to other managers' style. You don't like the way they operate. Well, you're screwed. But you're not, because there's so many books that you can learn from. I know you've subscribed to this channel. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but I have some answers. I have some way of describing situations and scenarios that you could learn from, whether it be good or you'd be like, no, that's not the way I would deal with it. I would deal with it like this. You've started a conversation with yourself and you can kind of find your own way by listening to other people, by joining in the comments. We have a great community here of mentors. By joining the Facebook group, link is in the description. You can bounce ideas off of strangers that have no skin in the game. They don't care if you win or lose. So you can honestly ask them about a situation. You need to find ways to learn. Mentorship is the best way. If you have somebody in the company that can teach you, take you under their wing, great. If not, don't stop. Get a book. Get a YouTube channel. Mine. Go to seminars. Build yourself up and learn more. That's what you want a mentor for. The next thing is new managers tend to fail because they don't have a standard. They don't have an expectation of their team. It's all over the place. And in that, they also have a hard time holding people accountable. Listen, at the end of the day, you're a manager, which means you're somebody's boss. Your team needs to know what is your expectations. What's the standard of how we operate on a day-to-day? What's the standard on how we talk to each other? You could work in a shop and F you and F me and F this could be okay. You could work in an office and absolutely not. It needs to be soft-spoken. Excuse me, knocking on the door before you come in. These are standards that the leadership establishes. They don't dictate it, but this is how we operate and this is what the expectations are. And in addition to that, you're also able to hold your team accountable. Who is responsible for what? What happens if this doesn't get done? You see where I'm going with this? You need to be centered in who you are and what you expect. Once you've got that, you need to be able to express that to your team and get everybody on board. Management it really isn't difficult if you are trying to learn. Every new skill, every new task is going to have its ups and downs. It's going to be tough at times, but on the whole, management can actually be really fun. And if you get these ideas and you understand why you're failing, it becomes more fun because you're fixing it. You're fixing your team. You're fixing yourself. Speaking of fixing yourself, let's go to the next video and we're going to learn a little bit more about management and leadership. I'm going to see you there after my coffee. Ciao.